Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, January the 6th, 2025. Monday, January the 6th. Well, I have a video clip to play, which means I have to cut off this camera here while I play the video. Uh, I'm sorry, everybody, but Michael is on fire. Michael is burning. I was in such shock about that. Jason had to rush. Let me turn this camera back on. Then it takes a minute. Jason, he and Sonny were talking outside the apartment because Michael and Sonny were talking. Michael was telling him how he felt under Diane's advice. He did a harsh smackdown, serving Willow with divorce papers right there in Drew's suite. Because guess what? Not only did she go to Washington, D.C. with Drew, she's staying in his suite with him. Now, I don't know how big this suite is. For one, we know they got rooms for the kids. What is it, a three-bedroom suite? Right? Wiley called Grandma Carly. He was all excited, wanted to tell her about Washington, D.C. I guess Willow let him call her. And or Wiley picked up the cell phone, called Grandma Carly himself. I don't know, but come on, I think he's a little young for that. Well, yeah, a little young for that. Carly was up in arms, came to Jason's warehouse, the coffee warehouse, and was telling him, "Oh no, oh no." Wiley says, yes, he and mommy were in Washington, D.C., and they're staying in Uncle Drew's suite with Scout. And Jason said, okay, Carly, listen, Scout is there. You know they're not going to do nothing in front of the kids. They probably, maybe they have separate rooms in the suite. Carly said, Drew knows how to open the doors. Jason, those kids go to sleep early. See, I need to go there and give Willow a piece of my mind. Just like that is not what you're going to do. Not what you're going to do at all. But anyway, Michael was talking to Sonny, saying that yes, um, he had the papers delivered right there at the suite because Michael knew she was staying right there in Drew's suite. Probably had an investigator find out real quick, right? And so Jason comes over to talk to Sonny. And Michael says, look, I'll leave so you guys could talk. And Sonny's like, no, 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 Michael, you stay right here. Jason and I could talk right outside. This is only going to take, what, 5 minutes? We're done. No, you and I are talking. So Michael he goes and pours himself a drink. And Jason and Sonny are talking. I guess a new contact wanted to meet Sonny personally in person, wanted Sonny to fly to them. And Sonny's like, oh no, that's not happening. You let him know that. Right now, my family needs me here. So I won't be going anywhere. And so Jason said, all right, I'll let him know. And they heard and saw the explosion. The door to Sonny's apartment blew open. What happened is Michael had put his drink down, I think, and he was kind of walking around the back of the couch and he heard to the front of the couch and he heard a click, click. And he looked towards the sound and then the explosion happened. It threw him over the couch and then he's Sonny and Jason are running in. You saw that from the video. They're running in. And Sonny's like, Michael, and Michael is yelling, because he's being burned by this fire. And Sonny instinctively is going to run in. Jason pushes him out the apartment and says, call 911. And now Jason's going to spring into action, but we didn't get to that part today. So I was like, oh, what is going on with General Hospital? All all of this action, I mean, I'm not mad at it, but it's so unexpected and out of the blue. So unexpected. So, Sid will. Now, but let me give you my prediction. I don't think Michael's going to die. But Michael is going to need some extensive rehab from his body burns. He's going to be burned probably over 60% of his body, 70% of his body. So he's going to be sent away to a special, one of the world's best burn facilities. And this is probably how they're going to write Michael out. And I could live with that. I could live with if that's how they write him out, because guess what? When he comes back, it'll be a recast, or it'll be this gives Chad some time, the actor, to say, look, in a couple years, do you want to come back? If he does, he could come back with some scarring on his face, or he got enough money, come back, have that all fixed up, right? Or if it's a recast, he had extensive plastic surgery and people won't know that is Michael, and he'll come back with a vengeance. So I will see how they're going to write it, but I highly doubt that Michael's going to die in this explosion, because that would mean both of Sonny's kids died by a bomb. Both his sons. This explosion in Sonny's apartment is going to give Ava all the ammunition she needs to keep custody of Avery, because no judge is going to award Sonny custody of Avery over Ava. What if Avery was there? We didn't even address Avery. Where was Avery? Avery could have been in the back, in her room, right? So that's going to help Ava. Sidwell, I think, is the one that did it, because he's the one that bought Spoon Island. Now, that's how they have decided to write that, right? Do you remember how long ago? It has been months upon months upon months since Ava sold Spoon Island. I'm talking what I would even say last May. Sidwell was not even, that whole character was nowhere to be found, not in none of it at all. Okay, he couldn't have been the one that bought Spoon Island, because Holly hadn't done the whole diamond thing, the whole he came into play when they were trying to find Lucky for Lulu just a couple months ago. Okay, so Sidwell would never have had any reason to buy Spoon Island. But now he's the buyer of Spoon Island. Okay, what I want to know is, why didn't Brennan know? Why does the WSB not know where Sidwell is? They should be keeping good track on Sidwell. Why don't they know? They sure don't. And Miss Lucy Cole was just nuzzling up to him. Got him so many nice little gifts, housewarming gifts, and telling him, spilling her guts about knowing this in Port Charles. And look at what you could see out this window. You could see that. You could see that. You could see that. Right? Oh, Port Charles skyline from Spoon Island. So they have a few drinks, and he sees her out, says, can I repay your kindness, in the future with a dinner? And she, of course, says, of course, yes. Sidwell does his little dance. He's so comical, right? He does his little dance, ta-da, goes to the terrace. Like, oh, I gotta see this. I gotta see this. Sidwell's the one that had that bomb planted in Sonny's apartment. He couldn't wait to get to that terrace to see that explosion. That's telling you how bad Sonny's security is. Because how could someone get in and plant a bomb? How come Sonny's security is not doing regular sweeps of Sonny's apartment? That's what I don't understand. The bomb was meant to take Sonny out. Michael is collateral damage, which is the way all the kids are when you're dealing with a mob boss and their family. Family is ends up being collateral damage. Okay. So Carly's gonna be distraught when she finds out. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Now, Willow, who of course is staying in Drew's suite, but look at her choice of pajamas, everybody. Look at them, right? Got a little skin showing there in the middle. I've seen Willow home with Michael how many times? She never had on nothing like that coming down the stairs. Now that's not a negligee. See, we're not gonna pretend she didn't bring nothing. You can see my chair. It's got neon behind me. It's coming through the little fake Zoom green screen. Ignored y'all. So anyway, she didn't bring a negligee because that would truly say what she had in mind. But she bought kind of the next best thing. She didn't bring a real house robe. Mm-mm. I'm gonna be in the suite around my son with a man that's not my husband, but this is okay. Mike, now mind you, Michael had the papers delivered there, so she comes knocking on Drew's door. She came with her little sleeve shoulder out. It's just hanging down on her arm, the side of that robe. And I said, look at Willow. We all innocent. And as she's talking, she's so upset. She calls Martin, saying this is what Michael did. And he goes, ain't a judge in the land gonna take children from their parents, from their mother. And he goes, come in early in the morning, first thing. We'll get together and we'll strategize. So Willow says, oh, well, it'll have to wait till I get back in town. And it's showing Martin's face. And he goes, you out of town? Yes, I'm in Washington, D.C. with Drew for his swearing in. And Martin's face was like, you know. So he hangs up the phone and he's talking to Laura and he says, you know, I'm trying to help a client keep her kids. And she's not making it easy. He says, I don't know how she feels going away out of town with the man she had the affair with and taking her husband's child with her without his permission. Oh, he just shakes his head. He goes, I don't know what I'm. And Laura's just looking at him. Laura's telling him Lulu's story. I fast forwarded the whole thing. And Valentine and Charlotte, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, Drew is leaning in on Michael. It's Michael. Because she goes, I don't understand why Michael would do it this way. He could have easily waited for me to get back in Port Charles so we could talk about divorce. We could talk about this, but he has me served here in your suite. She goes, he's being not vindictive. She said, yeah, was it vindictive? He's being vindictive. This is for revenge. He wants me to know that he knows I'm here. And it says, I'm a bad mother. And he wants full custody of the kid. Oh, no. And Drew's like, no, no. For him to say that, and he Drew's to get the paper, he is just wrong. He is 100% wrong. For him to come after you like this, everybody knows you. You're a good mom, Willow. And Michael is she goes, he is just upset. She goes, he's upset because I brought Wiley. She knows exactly why this man is upset, and he should be upset at her. And so Drew says, but listen, that doesn't give him the right to say you're unfit. And Willow, Michael is gonna try to steal your kids from you. Now, was she trying to steal his kids from him? Was she trying to do that? Yeah. And so she's standing there, mind you, she's got the little thin house robish deal. She got it all behind her hands. She got her hands on her hips, showing all that middle. She just, And I'm like, look it. We innocent with it. Oops. I'm all exposed, y'all. But I'm trying to make it look innocent. I'm trying to make it look like I'm just upset. Got my hands on my hips. Yeah, Willow. So she goes, but it's gonna come out with Michael being vindictive like this. It's gonna come out about you and I, and this could hurt your position. And Drew says, I doubt it. I doubt that they really care. She goes, yeah, yeah, they do care. And I'm thinking, since when didn't they care? It's supposed to be squeaky clean, allegedly, even though none of them are, but you know. And so he goes, well, I don't care. I don't care about that seat. I don't care about that position more than I care about being by your side. You're the most important thing to me. And she's looking, just batting her eye. And he goes, I love you, Willow. What? He loves me. Drew Kane loves me. Mm. Hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. So now that Michael's in this explosion, that's going to take him out for the count for his custody battle and for this divorce. Willow has this Florence Nightingale complex. She's going to somehow blame herself for it, or she's going to want to take care of him, because that's who Willow is. She's going to be compelled to take care of the father of her children like he took care of her. If, see, I'm hoping they don't write the character off away from Pork Charles healing Charles, because they can have any stand-in actor, because his face, he's gonna be bandaged up. We're not gonna see a face on whoever that day player is. The many different day players they can use, right? I would love for Willow to be strapped, Nurse Willow, taking care of Michael. We all know what she would do when she did it for Chase. She'd do it for Michael. And Drew would just be out in the cold, but he would still be trying. But Willow's guilt and her sense of healing, gotta get you better, gotta help you, gotta do it, would come first. And that would I would kick in. I would love to see him write it that way. Right, Willow having to be the one to take care of a badly burned Michael. It's going to take months and months, even a year, for him to go through different surgeries, grafting, the whole, all of that. So let's see. Bottom line, I don't feel they're going to kill him off like this, which that would be stupid. They've got an easy out for the character of Michael for a couple years, easy. Write him off getting, if they don't want to do the Willow thing, write him off getting healed. That's my suggestion to you, GH. But anyway, Brennan, his number one, had to answer to him because she made the decision to take the shot. He didn't want Valentine killed. He wanted him surveyed. She made the decision to excuse me, I still got this, everybody. Try to take Valentine out. And Brennan told her, she goes, it's in the Bureau's best interest. Valentine is a liability. And Brennan looked at her. He goes, you don't make decisions for this office. You work for me. And so she's like, let me just explain. And he still let her know, see, now we're not going to be able to find Valentine because of your unilateral decision. So anyway, she left. And Brennan was on the phone trying to find that footage, from when Dex got stabbed. Jocelyn and Trina were clearing out Dex's apartment. A little sad, but not too. They didn't dwell on it. Well, I fast forwarded. They did dwell on it a lot. But anyway, he finally got it, and he's playing it back. And he sees Dex get stabbed, and he sees the shadow. He's like, come on, let me see your face. Let me see. And he's trying to slow the thing back up. And I'm thinking, I could tell that's Cyrus. So he was able to brighten it up, enhance it a bit. And as he's watching it, he goes, he knows it's Cyrus. I wonder what's he gonna do with that information. He got drone footage, right? Now, Dex was a police officer, everybody. You think that would be Anna's top priority to solve Dex's murder, right? Or his stabbing. She knows there's drone footage around Port Charles. Do you think she thought of, look, find out if there were any drones in the area and get me drone footage? Heck no, come on now. Anna never solves not one crime, not one. Brennan found out. He need to be the commissioner of Port Charles. Then we can get some crap done, right? If it's Brennan. So he ends up running into Carly at the Metro Court. Lucas was supposed to meet Carly, but he ended up having to do a shift. Cyrus was at the hospital, creeper, with his Bible, and he runs into Isaiah, saying, he goes, oh, Dr. Gannon. So we meet again. And Isaiah looks, he says something to him, but then is getting ready to walk away from Cyrus. And Cyrus goes, oh, I see that Deputy Mayor Ashford's opinion of me has tainted your views. And Isaiah turns around and looks at Cyrus and he goes, she has given me some insights. And Cyrus is like, well, you can't, I am reformed. I'm a man of God. And he goes, by the way, how does it feel to play God? And Isaiah looks at him like, wait, what? You're the surgeon that saved my dear niece, Lulu. You did the work of God, It's like, how does it feel to play God? And he goes, you have the wrong impression of physicians. We are not gods, nor should we think of ourselves as gods. I did my part in doing the transplant surgery that was successful. Like I said, the work of God. And Brad is over there fuming on the side, right? Just fuming. And Cyrus goes, I too do the work of God. And Brad comes over and lays into Cyrus about what he tried to do to Britt, tried to have when he was chief of staff, trying to have his guys, inject Britt, give her an overdose in her office. This is before Britt went on the run with Jason, right before. And Cyrus is like, I'm reformed. And he goes, and look at the pot calling the kettle, because Brad was like, you should not be out on parole. You should not this, that, and the other. You should not be able to roam freely in this hospital with all the damage you caused. And so Portia comes over. Mr. Cooper, you need to lower your voice, right? Not here on the floor. And so Brad was still going off, and Lucas ends up ushering Brad away. Okay. And Portia tells Cyrus, you know what, Mr. Renault? Your privileges here at General Hospital have been revoked. And he goes, I'm on it's like a board of, little hospital mercenaries. It's some little official deal with, people coming to the hospitals and, whatever. I'm appointed. I'm this, I'm that. I have a right to be here. I'm doing a service. And so she goes, not anymore, you're not. And she's ushering him over to the elevator. She goes, and by the way, I will be calling the foundation, whatever he called the name of the organization. And I will be letting them know you're no longer allowed to come here. They can send somebody else, but you are not allowed to come here. Why? You can't do that. She goes, oh, I can do it. She goes, because you're making my staff uncomfortable. And quite frankly, you make me uncomfortable. And he turns, and I'm telling you, the look Cyrus gave Portia, and you can see it right there in that picture, right? He turned and he's looking at her, and as that elevator door is closing, he is just like, I'm gonna kill you dead, right? And it actually kind of shook her a bit. As the door closed, she's thinking, okay, was he staring me down? What, huh? Right? So Cyrus now is going to be going on a rampage. He's going to be going on a rampage. One thing is not going to happen. They're not going to have him kill Michael with the digitalis. That would be really stupid, especially since now everybody be on the lookout for him coming back into GH. He used to have free reign. Now he doesn't have free reign. So that is it. That's it. I'm looking at my notes real quick. Yep, that's it. So we shall see the tomorrow's episode on Jason getting the fire out, because he's going to get something to smother the fire on Michael. We know how fast Jason reacts, even if he takes off his jacket and smothers the fire with Michael, puts it out on Michael. But oh my goodness, everybody, I was in 100% shock when I saw that. I'm speechless. 100%. I'm still not comic corner 100%. I'm not. I'm gonna start coughing way too much through it. It's been enough for me to try to suppress the coughing as I'm doing the recap. As you can see my energy, I'm trying to keep my energy down a little bit so I can continue to talk, because if I do my usual animations, I will be coughing a whole lot more. So anyway, everybody, I will be back tomorrow with another daily recap of General Hospital.